Hi everybody, welcome to Theoral's Marvel Champions playthrough, where we play through the various scenarios of Marvel Champions with a variety of heroes and various aspects. So today we are continuing our Age of Apocalypse jaunt with the most recent X-Men releases. So we're going to take Bishop up against Apocalypse. And I was trying to decide what kind of deck I wanted to use for this that might be interesting. So I thought leadership would be fun for Bishop, which is what he comes with anyways. But I thought we might go for something a little bit different. I was thinking maybe we could do a strength and numbers deck for this. So one of the things that Bishop ends up doing is he gets a lot of resources, but more card draw is generally highly beneficial. So instead of doing the sidekick deck that he comes with, I thought we could do some of that. Also, I wanted to throw in some mission planning. See if we can make good use of this. So I'm going to throw in a few copies of Make the Call to make us able to pull more allies. Strength the numbers, draw cards, mission planning. And I think those will be our main things. I'm not 100% sure what else might be interesting for this on this side of things. Like Get Ready might be useful, or something similar. I guess particularly maybe not Get Ready, but if we end up going with some Danger Room training and play it, oh, that's not what I wanted. If we end up going with some Danger Room training, then we could make good use out of what's wrong? Make some good use out of game time or game. Yeah, I think it's game time, right? Sure, we'll throw in Rally the Troops. It's free, and we also need lots of these cards. So we need some player side schemes because the idea here is that we're gonna be doing some mission planning. I think we can benefit from all of these, so I'll even throw in specialized trading. Why not? Now, allies. We start with 2 allies in our deck, so we don't really have tons of room for additional allies. But Pixie is going to be a great include here, as will some other X-Men allies. Beast is always good, especially because we're going to have a lot of resources. And then, other than that, I just mostly want to do X-Men. Mirage could be good, potentially. She's not the worst X-Men. Let's do Gentle, because he's going to be awesome when we're ignoring Consequential. And my thought here was to do Uncanny X-Men, which is great to get out with the build support if I have the opportunity. I'm going to throw in Triskelion. Who knows? Might get use out of that. Okay, yes. Command Team can be a great way to build up some power. And potentially, I don't know. Maybe do we want Med Lab? I just throw in a Med Lab. You never know. Maybe we'll want a Med Lab. So let's see. We already grabbed that. Let's grab Mission Leader because we're going to do a lot of scheme removal. And of course we need some resources. So my hope is that we will have lots of allies. So we'll grab a couple copies of Band Together. And then Innovation is going to be great for the heal. Max 1. And I think I'll go ahead and throw in a couple copies of Effective Leadership. And a couple copies of Power of Leadership. Go to Basic. We're going to give ourselves Energy, Genius, and Strength. Now we do not have anybody that discards extra cards. So discarding extra cards is not a thing we're going to be doing. We're So there's no reason to do those other ones. We have room for one more X-Men ally. Legion doesn't work great with wilds, so we're not going to do Legion. Sync could be interesting. Just a straight base, just a boost to basic, but that makes it very easy to keep her around as a strength in numbers charge. Alternatively, Colossus could be interesting here, as he only actually costs 3, but also because mission planning will be good with him. Let's do Colossus instead of Sync. Because if we're in situations where we can ignore consequential damage, we can play Colossus, he can attack or thwart and still be tough to defend, and that's always nice. Utopia is going to be pretty cool here with a lot of X-Men, of course. And I could be running, you know, all these cards, but I don't think we don't need to be Cerebro. Moira's not going to be great. Avengers Mansion is good. It's not too hard to play with. Beast. And, of course, X-Jets. You know, nice. Extra resources are still useful. We might even throw in an X-Mansion here. And look at all these cards. We have so many cards. We're not going to include any of that. What was I thinking? Events. We were thinking about game time as a possibility. Okay, so this is probably way more cards than we actually need. We could also do something like X-Men Instruction, but I think we're going to use Make the Call instead of X-Men Instruction. It's really pretty similar in terms of what it achieves for us. I'm not going to worry too much about shuffling in my other cards. So, although, maybe that would be worthwhile. Why not? We'll throw a couple of those in. Where's one that shovels in your cards? Mutant Education. Yes? Mutant Education. Alright. Well, I'll toss these up here in case we want to include them. Alright. So, let's look at this as kind of a baseline start for the deck. Alright, we're looking at 10 resources. That might be too many. We'll say it's not. Definitely want Mission Leader. Definitely want the strengths in numbers. Definitely want the allies. That takes us up to 18. We definitely need the sides. Well, okay, so if we do side schemes, uncanny, side schemes, what are we already at? 24? Well, there's no room for mission planning then. So that means we don't necessarily need this many side schemes. So I think specialized training can go. Rally the troops is still fine. Build support is only going to be useful if I can actually put supports in the deck. Of course, game time only works if I can include danger room trainings. Still, I mean, build support's still not bad because it can get us out our Uncanny X-Men is the first target, and then it's got a couple other targets. Of course, super power training is still very strong. It's just going to be a lot of thwarting. I don't know if we have that much thwarting. And I still am a little bit worried. I think we just can't afford this many resources. So my thought is to kill actually band together. Well, no, maybe power of leadership. Let's kill band together. And then we can include make the call. And we'll see if that works out or if it's terrible. I'm going to also kill all the other troops for Triskelion. Okay. So I'm just trying to think through. I think I would rather have band together than power of leadership. Is what it comes down to. Alright. So, yep. There's a lot of cards that could be included in a deck like this that we're not going to include. We're kind of going X-Men Swarm, I guess, on some level. We'll see how it works. Okay. So that is our Bishop deck. And we'll see how it works. Well, that's a lot of interesting things that I think I want to include. So, set aside each unused villain card, each prelate minion, and the Tyrant's Throneside scheme. First player reveals a random set aside prelate. Alright, that's going to be this guy. Abyss. To begin with. And he is tough to start. Alright, so what we're looking at is call for backup, 2 command authority, draw a card, can't play bishop unless it's a double resource. Or gentle. Or uncanny X-Men. I could play uncanny X-Men. Just play it. And play gentle for 2. I have a knockoff is tough. Gentle punches for 4. It's not quite enough to kill Abyss, so I think Abyss is going to hit me. It's going to be super annoying. But that's just life sometimes. I'm leaning towards using call for backup. Oh! If I use call for backup to play Beast, then I can guarantee a resource to play gentle. In fact, I can make it another effective leadership. Then Beast can knock off the top. Gentle can hit him for 5. But if I'm punching him anyways, because that's not like I've got anything else that I really need to do. Yeah. Okay, so I like this then. Mostly I don't want to pull more cards out of my deck. It does mean I could actually hold a card, since I have extra. I don't need to use effective leadership here. So that means I could hold Uncanny X-Men and try and play it later. I kind of feel like I would rather just wait for build support compared to holding on to Uncanny X-Men, but maybe we just see what Command Authority draws and make our choice based on that. Okay. So that'll be our plan. That's how we're going to run this. We're going to use effective leadership to play Call for Backup, which has 3 threat. Oh, sorry, I didn't check all this stuff. First player reveals a random set aside guy. That just does its thing. This starts with 1 threat. It caps out at X, which is 10. He is tough and steady. Okay, great. All things good. So we now use our double resource to play Command Authority. Remove 3 threat. Call for backup. Grabs us Beast. I believe he's the ally I would most want here. But any others? Yes. And then Beast retrieves stored energy, and we draw 1 card. Let's make the call. Okay. So yeah, I think this is my best bet. We play gentle. We knock off his tough status. He takes extra consequential when he attacks the villain, which he is not doing. And then Beast deals 2 to Abyss, and he is defeated. Boom. No prelate. Excellent. Good spot to be in. Finish drawing our hand. Alright. This looks like potential for a lot of things. 1, 2, because of this. And then Apocalypse attacks me. I have to take it. Okay, that's not too bad. 1, 2, 3. And I get a single encounter card. It's another Dark Designs. Means he schemes. This really feels unshuffled, but I know it's shuffled because the top card was my what do you call it? Obligation. So just get 3 basic cards to start off the game. Okay, cool. So now I kind of have choices here. Again, I could play Uncanny X-Men. Or I could play Mission Leader and Superpower Training. And yeah, let's do that. So we play 2 for Mission Leader. Oh, I have to pay 1 for Superpower Training. That's the problem. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything, right? This has 6 threat. I really need to thwart the main scheme. Well, I'm not going to get to do a ton of thwarting quite yet. And I won't be able to call Trigo, so this is fine. Alright. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. For Superpower Training, because we absolutely need my uniform. So that I can not be constantly bleeding out. And having defeated a side scheme, I get draw card. And it's supercharged, so that's cool. And I'll spend this to put 2 counters on it. Oh, I can't do that. Ha ha ha. I did not consider that Band Together does not combo with supercharged. It only generates resources. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, well. Should have kept Uncanny X-Men. Ah, excellent. This goes up by 2. Apocalypse attacks me. I play Energy Conversion. So we shuffle all these cards back into my deck. I have a very unfortunate hand right now. Oh, I didn't do my power. He punches me for 3. I discard 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Those would have been great cards to have drawn instead of these ones. And then I heal 3. Luminous defeated. Apocalypse punches me again. For 4 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. More cards in my discard pile is fine. Okay. So. I am dealing with a hand that has too many resources in it. I don't know why that happened. And I sadly have not did not discard any of my temporal allies, which is kind of what I was hoping to have happen there. I'm in a bit of a rough spot as far as health is concerned. I'm in a bit of a rough spot as far as the main scheme is concerned. I certainly don't want to clear this just to draw a card. That's not going to help me much right now. So I think what I do, I mean, I could just, he's not got overkill or anything. I mean, that'll put counters on Gene Pool, but I could just block with an ally. It's not always the best thing to do. I could knock off his tough and then punch him for 10. That'll defeat him. That'll clear all the threat from this. Yeah, that seems like the way to go about this. All right. We're going to let Beast recycle, pinging off his tough. I then punch him for 10. He is defeated when he would be defeated. Instead, we remove all threat from here. Well, 10 threat, X threat, where X is his hit points, so 10. Ignores crisis. I spent supercharge to do that. I'm going to go ahead and play Triskelion. And if I had cards to pull other than resources, I might go to Alter Ego. But I don't. Now the issue is I can't really take a punch, though. So maybe I do go Alter Ego. There we go. Ah, I should have stayed. Alright, this goes up by 2. He schemes for 4. As long as this is not a scheme, which shouldn't be, both dark designs are gone. Okay, he has overkill now. Cool. We're going to recover. And flip to hero form. We're going to play supercharged. I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 resources on Malcolm. I'm going to strengthen numbered, exhausting both these guys to draw 2 cards. Unfortunately, I can't play those cards. Oh well. This is fine. I think we're fine. We'll see. Maybe I made a terrible mistake. 2 threat. Apocalypse stacks me for 4 plus a boost. I energy conversion to get all of my resources back into my deck again. And cap the damage at 3. Alright, so I take 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, there's my rifle. I have 1, 2, 3 resources, so that's 1, 2, 3 hit points. Single encounter card. It is Culling the Weak. 4 more threat on Gene Pool. Cool. I like blank encounter cards. Makes my life a lot easier. So, yeah, killing Apocalypse would be great. It's pretty easy for me to do that with the hand that I have. I do not need both concussive blasts for this. I'm pretty soon going to want to do something, but We'll band together. Concussive Blast. I paid for it with a resource. That readies me. And does 6 damage. Alright. Then probably just gonna store some energy. Defeat Apocalypse, clearing the main scheme to 0, and detaching this, and then reset him to 10 hit points. I would like to knock this down a little bit. And yeah, that seems like a good turn. Excellent. Things are looking good. 2. Apocalypse punches me. That's not nice. I'm stunned. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I now can use my uniform to heal for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. That's Bishop. Working like he's supposed to. Gains Surge. And he now has Retaliate 1 and Stalwart. Lovely. I'm going to clear my stunned status, because I do not like being stunned. So, a lot of things that could happen here. And it's just a little bit of a question of how we want to go about this. We could start advancing on the main on this now. He's going to get a little bit more threat here. We could do a few other things, but I don't think there's that much other. Oh, I do. Maybe what I want to do first is go Alter Ego. Yeah, I like that idea. So if I go Alter Ego, I can pull back my gun, which will then give me the ability to start having consistent source of damage, which is nice. I am not going to be able to do much without my rifle. Unfortunately, because I didn't end up running mission planning, I can't do the whole, like, make nobody take consequential damage. I really should have run it instead of something. Just don't really know what. My thought is that what we want to do first is use Band Together to play Command Authority. And we're going to knock 3 threat off of that and draw a card. Look at that. It's another double resource. So then for 1, 2, 3, we're going to play Colossus, who starts with a tough status. Him having Retaliate 1 just really kind of kills a lot of the things that I could do with that. Spend 2 for 2 counters here. He can thwart for 2. Is that hero response only? Okay, I spent that for something. Get gentle down to 1. Or, actually, I'm going to heal Randall. And then he can thwart for 2. And then we'll let Malcolm thwart for 1. How about? We'll hold on to gentle. We go to Alter Ego. We will pull my rifle. Bishop's rifle. And then we'll spend this double resource to play it. Alright, so getting Gene pulled down to 2 is nice just because it makes these guys lose Quick Strike and Surge. So, you know, making the easiest cards in the counter deck even easier is not a bad thing to do. Alright, and now we're ready to go to town. So he gets 2 threat on the main scheme, and then he schemes for 2. Glad to get nowhere is safe. We get Barrage, who has teamwork. And we get a side scheme. Yay, side schemes. I've never seen build support. Oh, I must have discarded. Right. I'm playing Bishop. I discard things all the time. Oh goodness, that's a lot of cards to discard. Okay. That seems fine. We did this mostly to get my rifle. So we're going to go hero form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to use my rifle. My feeling is I want to use it on Apocalypse because it has ranged. And that way I don't have to deal with taking too much in this in the form of consequential damage. I do have to kill this guy also somehow though. So that's a worthwhile thing to notice. Okay. We're going to spend Genius for Command Authority. Knock 3 threat off of this and discard the top X cards in the encounter deck, where X is his printed hit points, aka 10. Did it? 10 cards. Discarded. I'm going to worry too much about what those cards are. And Mission Leader draws me a card. It's Energy Conversion. Great. That's not really a card I wanted to see right now. When my hand was just full of resources for no reason. Okay, well, that's fine. So, Randall, go ahead and thwart for 2. And then I'll spend stored energy to ready him and heal 1, so he's back down to 1. Malcolm can punch for 2. And then I can use stored energy to ready him and heal him 1. And then he can punch again for 2. That defeats this guy. I think Gentle can do 3 damage there and take Retaliate. And then I'll finish him off so that he doesn't have Retaliate anymore. So that was unnecessary. Let's just pretend like I healed Randall without thwarting. Or maybe better would be, we're just going to clear that 100%. Okay. We'll hang on to Colossus for when I pull out the prelate minion. Kind of what I'm trying to build towards. I'm just going to discard all those. I have energy conversion. There we go. Ancient Uncanny X-Men. Good stuff. Alright. 2 threat. Apocalypse stacks me. We're going to energy conversion all those resource cards, because oh my gosh, that was so many resources when I went alter ego. I need those cards in my deck. Alright. And he hits me for 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. There goes build resource again, or build support again. And then I uniform for 3. All good to there. Alright, this guy has guard, but nothing else. So, 3 damage. Boom, he's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Avengers Mansion. Avengers Mansion can draw me a card. Oh man, you guys make this hard on me, huh? Well, Utopia would be super useful. So, on the other hand, Uncanny X-Men would be very useful too. So an option would be to thwart this, draw a card, play Uncanny X-Men. I could ping his tough, and then kill the minion. So, I kind of like that, if I'm honest. So, I think that's what we're going to do. Let's start going through the Empire. We reveal a random prelate minion. It's this guy. He's tough. And he has 5 hit points. And he has a forced response that we don't care about. And we draw a card. Oh, I could just concussive blast him. But then I don't get to build. 1, 2, 3 for Uncanny X-Men. Now, all of my characters have +1 hit points. Oh, sorry. So, Randall punches him for 1. Malcolm punches him for 2. And then Colossus punches him for 3. And he's defeated. Alright, no prelate. Hang on to Utopia. Great. That's a great hand. That goes up by 3 threat. Apocalypse stacks me. I take it. Ouch. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got a resource. That means that there are so many resources. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I take 6 damage and heal. Oh. And then I use my uniform. Heal 4. Back again. Okay. This is fine. No one is the fittest, Apocalypse. Cool. I'm happy to do that. I exhaust to remove this card from the game. We're going to do a strength in numbers. 1, 2, 3. 3 cards. I knew it. I knew it. We're going to Avengers Mansion and draw another card. Alright, we have 6 resources, so we're going to go ahead and Bishop's Rifle him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because killing him lets us clear the main scheme, which is always good. Then we are going to make the call. Yeah, X-Men cost 1 fewer resource to play. So I'm pretty sure that looks like Pixie, because we can play her for 1. Giving her +1 stats. And then as a response, after I play her from my hand, I get to pull an X-Men from my discard pile, which can be Gentle again, into my hand. Then we can play Utopia. Yeah, this works great. 1, 2, 3 for Gentle, which lets me ready, say, Randall with Utopia. No, sorry, lets me ready myself with Utopia. Pixie can then punch him for 2. Oh, he only had 4 hit points left. Sorry, hold on. Pixie doesn't do that. Also, I think Pixie has +1 stats. Let me just check. Okay, so I paid for Gentle with effective leadership. Oh, also innovation, which was supposed to heal somebody. Malcolm, I guess. Yeah. I used only effective leadership to pay for her. That's how that worked. Okay, so she has +1 stats. Gentle has +1 stats. Gentle can punch him for 4, thus defeating him, clearing all threat from the main scheme, and resetting him to 10 hit points again. And then Pixie, just for fun, go ahead and knock 2 threat off that side scheme. And I can punch Apocalypse again. Okay. All set. Ooh, I discarded a band together because I would much prefer to go ahead and finish. So there we go. All set. 1, 2, 3. Apocalypse is punching me for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discard 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I heal back 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I heal back 5. All right. I have 2 encounter cards. First one is Apocalypse activates against me. I'm going to defend this with somebody. Colossus, how about? Colossus takes 4 damage. Second one is Gauntlet, another Dark Rider who does bad things when he wants to. Alright, well, Gentle can punch him for 3. And I can punch him for 2. He's defeated. Then I can spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Beast and ready me. I think. Seems fine. Strength in numbers. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, I have too many allies. I was supposed to have discarded somebody last turn. So I'm just going to discard Malcolm and say, there. Because everybody here is an ally. The ally limit's 3. I don't think I used Malcolm since I played him, so that's fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I draw 3 cards. One of those is Command Authority, which removes 3 threat and draws a card. Cool. Avengers Mansion also draws a card. Alright, so I'm at the point where I think yeah, we could just make the call back, say Colossus or Malcolm. They're both 3 resources. Doesn't particularly matter. So maybe what I want to do is keep on working through here. Alright, so when defeated, I get one of these guys who's tough. Okay, so let's see. He has Retaliate 1. That's kind of annoying. Just trying to think through if there's a better way to handle this. Oh, I get to draw a card. Ugh, that was not ideal. Okay, so I think what I want to do is shoot off his tough status, because that's about all I can do. Stored energy to ready Randall and heal him. Sorry, whatever that's 1 damage now. Okay, and then he's gonna punch him for 1. You know, because that's what we do. Alright, and then we will effective leadership. We'll make the call with effective leadership. And energy conversion for Colossus. Which forces me to discard, say, Pixie. Colossus is tough, and he has 4 attack, so he punches Mr. Sinister, Retaliate knocks off his tough status, and then he does 4 damage. Oh no, he does 4 damage. Sinister is defeated, does not take Retaliate. Instead, he is fine. Good job, Colossus. You take a consequential onto your tough status, and we are happy. Alright, we're not quite ready to clear Tyrants thrown all at the same time, but that should be fine. We don't have to do this all in 1 turn. I think I'm kind of happy with this hand, so I'm just going to draw 2 cards. Huh. Now I'm even happier. 4. Apocalypse attacks me. Energy conversion. all of my resources back into my deck. I take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. I draw those 3 cards and heal 4. Keep messing that up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single encounter card. Oh, it's Dark Designs. Trevor Fitzroy attacks me immediately. I take 3 damage. Alright. The thing is, I was like, doesn't Randall have damage on him? The thing is, I can just, win. So, Beast thwarts this for 2. Randall thwarts it for 2. And is defeated. I punch Apocalypse for 10. Oh, sorry. This goes away. Oh, hold on. When defeated. Sorry, I can't do that. Come back. Come back. I have a couple other things I gotta do. Alright. When defeated, reveal a random set-aside prelate minion. This guy. He's tough. Because they all are. Flip it to no longer worthy. Heal 5 player damage. He can't take damage. So we're good there. Okay. I can knock off his tough status. Then I can band together for a concussive blast. Deal 6 damage to him. Defeating him and readying. Also, Mission Leader is able to draw me a card because I defeated Side Scheme. And Avengers Mansion is able to draw me a card because it's cool. Bishop's Rifle can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Defeating Trevor Fitzroy. And then, I mean, I can thwart for 2. And these 2 guys can each thwart for 1. And we can defeat the Side Scheme also. And then I can spend 3 to play Concussive Blast and deal 6 damage. And ready. And then I can budge him for 10. Or, yeah, for 10. And he's defeated. Very defeated. Alright, cool. There we go. Leadership is still very strong. X-Men leadership is very strong. And Bishop's pretty good, especially here, I guess. He's been a pretty good hero most of the experiences I've had with him. He's solid. A lot to keep track. It's a little harder in Tabletop Simulator, in my opinion, to do than it is in person. Like, all of this feels a little clunky just due to the UI, I think, compared to in person where you can just flip cards off the deck and pull them into your hand and all that stuff. So that was kind of keeping my brain occupied with how am I going to do all this stuff. But yeah, strength in numbers, leadership is still good. It's still very powerful. Even with some pretty minimal recursion, only 6 allies in the deck. Still, fine. And I got really lucky, I would say. I got some of the easiest encounter cards possible. This has one more thread on it. Right? That was previous turn, I think, that I finished this off. So, yeah. Anyways, still good stuff. Apocalypse as a scenario is fine. He's a little long, and I would say not the most interesting of these scenarios. Of the thwart your way through it scenarios. He's not like the worst of them, but just kind of these scenarios give you a lot of opportunity to just build up and make it through. Not a ton of pressure early game, although he does hit pretty hard. Even before he's got anything, and I do really like the attachments that you can defeat him, knock off, and his fairly limited hit points, and the fact you can defeat him to just clear his main scheme. I think those were all pretty good innovations, really. It's just I would say that the prelates don't hold up, especially solo. I think they're a little better multiplayer, even just 2-player when they have 10 hit points. We definitely one of the recent games we played of Apocalypse, we got Abyss out, and we just couldn't kill him. We couldn't kill him turn 1. Who was our first prelate? We couldn't kill him turn 1, and then because he kept getting more hit points, it was actually a challenge to take him out. So contrast, solo 5 damage is just not that bad. But 10 damage is a bit, even 2-player, even though each player can do 5. It's a bit to get through, especially when you're trying to build up and trying to both be able to take Apocalypse's attacks. And with Abyss, I think we got a situation where he activated a second time the first turn, so he had 4 extra hit points, and then so we weren't ready to kill him the second turn, and then he got 2 more hit points, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. So yeah, I think Abyss especially, he's my favorite of the prelates in terms of just, I think what he does is the most interesting. Something like Shadow King can just, you can just, if he's the first one, you ignore him, and if he's a later one, once you've cleared that first scheme, pretty much you should be ready to kill him. One of the things I would say is a disagreement I have with the way that Fantasy Flight, or Caleb maybe in particular, designed these. I think it's true with Hela also. Is that it gets harder. You're disincentivized from advancing. Because it starts with 1 acceleration, and then the fact that once you advance at your 2 acceleration, and then you go to 3 acceleration, it's just like, well, you want to plow through those as quickly as possible. Once you're going, you don't want to stop. You don't want to be stuck on the tyrant's throne. That's a very bad place to be. And so it's kind of like you're because it starts so slow, you're just like, okay, well, let's just stay here and build. There's no urgency. There's no kind of need to make it through. So I do think that's a weakness with a lot of these particular designs. We'll see. I'm hopeful with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. set coming out and some of those new thwarting ones. Maybe that'll be more interesting, but I guess we'll see. So yeah. Anyways, if you like this, like and subscribe. If you have some comments to leave, appreciate the comments, and I'll talk to you guys next time.